Charlie Hebdo's controversial new issue sold out across France. The cover illustration of the Prophet Muhammad triggered outrage today across the Muslim world. Zainab Chaudry is an outreach manager with the Council on American Islamic Relations and joins us from Washington, D.C. Zainab, welcome back to Arise America. It's good to see you.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
What we already know, and we knew it immediately after the attack on the staffers at Charlie Hebdo, it galvanized the French, Paris particularly, with those coming out raising pens saying, "Je suis Charlie." Do you feel like this new cover, the first one since the attack, has also galvanized extremists and perhaps even set back even more relations between Muslims and the non-Muslims in that part of the world?
Well, let me just begin by saying thank you for inviting me onto your show. It's really great to be here today with you. It's not entirely unexpected that Charlie Hebdo decided to publicize a cover with another controversial cartoon, but I will say that it's a lot milder than previous cartoons that they've published that have been very offensive. Previous cartoons that they've published of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The cover that they have currently, they depict a cartoon. It depicts a cartoon of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and then there in French above it, it says the words, "You are forgiven." So we're not entirely surprised that the Charlie Hebdo staff decided to do this. Of course, it's disappointing, but at the same time, it's much milder in tone than previous cartoons have been. So I think that's helped to fend off some of the controversy that might otherwise have arose.
Yeah, I think many would join you in not necessarily being surprised by their choice of the topic being the Prophet Muhammad. But do you find this cover offensive? And do the Muslim community in which you are in contact and the conversations that you've had since they released this illustration in the last 24 or 36 hours, do they find it offensive?
Well, look, Charlie Hebdo has the right to publicize whatever cover they like. They have the right to publish covers that are in line with their views or that convey their message that they would like to get across. But just like how Charlie Hebdo has the right to publicize whichever cover they like, at the same time, the Muslim community has the right to speak out against covers that they deem offensive, cartoons that they deem offensive. That's not to say that it justifies attacking or killing or vilifying people who have drawn these controversial cartoons. In the Quran, the holy book for Muslims, it clearly says that it's better to repel evil speech or evil with good. And so the best way to counteract against these offensive cartoons is to work with the broader community, interfaith community, and help build tolerance, help build bridges of mutual understanding, and talk to the public about why these cartoons are offensive.
Zainab, help me understand, is it the portrayal of the Prophet Muhammad in per se that would be found offensive, or the subject matter which is used in the portrayal of the Prophet Muhammad that is most offensive?
It's really a portrayal of any religious figure. In Islam, even the Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, Prophet Moses, all of the holy religious figures in Islam, it's discouraged to have any kind of graphic depiction of them. And part of the reasoning behind it is because the focus of worship is on God instead of on his prophets. One of the 10 commandments is also thou shalt not create a graven image. And part of the reasoning behind that is also to help keep the focus of worship on God. So it's really not just the Prophet Muhammad. It would have been any other religious figure. And there is a lot of respect that's placed on religious figures in Islam. And so a lot of folks, they're sensitive to these kind of caricatures or these kind of cartoons. Mm-hmm. So, but the most recent cover that Charlie Hebdo published, it's much more milder, like I said earlier, than the covers that they've published in the past.
Indeed. So, Zainab Chaudry, we're going to have to leave it right there for now. But thank you so much for speaking with us. Do appreciate it.
Thank you.